You're not actually creatively blocked. You're just attached to outcomes, and those are not the same thing. Most people think that creativity disappears because inspiration leaves, but I don't think that's what happened. I think that creativity disappears the moment that expression becomes evaluation. Because two people can sit down with the exact same idea. One of them feels curious, while the other is already wondering whether or not it's good enough. While externally, both of them seem to be creating, internally, they're both doing two completely different things. One is exploring while the other is performing. And that's where the heaviness comes from. Before you've even written the sentence, before you've even started to paint the canvas, and before you hit publish, your mind is already trying to predict whether or not people will approve, whether or not it'll succeed, whether or not it'll justify the amount of time and energy you spent creating it. Suddenly, the work isn't even allowed to exist on its own. It has to earn its place. That is exhausting because you're asking something unfinished to prove its value before you've even let it become itself. The goal isn't to create with less pressure, it's to stop allowing pressure to dictate how you create. Because pressure doesn't create clarity, it creates control. And control has never been where creativity lives. So the next time you're about to create, try doing this instead. The next time you sit down and ask yourself, will this work before you've even begun? Make sure to pause and instead ask yourself, what am I actually trying to express? Not what will perform, not what will impress, what feels true enough to explore. Every single time you turn to expression instead of evaluation, you're practicing becoming someone who creates from curiosity instead of performance. And eventually, you'll notice that ideas stop feeling like tests. Your work stops feeling like proof of your worth. And creativity becomes enjoyable again. Not because the fear disappeared, because your identity is no longer built around the outcome. Instead, it's built around the willingness to keep going, keep expressing, even imperfectly. Subscribe to my channel if you watched this far, because that means that you're ready to stop performing creativity, actually start living inside of it.